It's on.
Hi, I'm Parker.
And I'm Luke.
And we're the Green County Outdoorsmen. And today we're going to show you how to properly clean a squirrel and what you're going to need to do it. The first thing you're going to need is your game shears. Now these are outdoor edge game shears. You can buy them at Walmart or Gander Mountain, but they're one of the most important things in cleaning the squirrel. You know, you got your nice blade here to cut the meat and cut the skin, but also a lot of time with scissors you got to be able to use these blades. You're cutting through the bone, and before long your scissors are dull. But with these, you got a bone breaker. You just go in there, you break the bone, and then you come back and you cut the meat off. It saves your blade, and that's the best way to do it. These are good to use. The next thing you're going to need is your knife. Now I like using little knives like these because I'm carrying a lot of things around with me. Sometimes I might have a couple squirrels, bullets. You know, it's hard telling what all I got on me. But these little knives, they just go right here, right down your pocket, and that's it. I mean, would you rather carry this or that around? These are a lot littler, they're smaller, they don't take up as much room. And always make sure your knife's sharp. Don't go out with a dull knife. It's a big pain. Always make sure the night before hunting season or anything, make sure your knife's sharp. And if you've cleaned several squirrels with it, you know, test it out before you go. You might have to sharpen it up a little bit. Okay, the next thing you're going to need is your baggies. You're always going to need a plastic baggie to put your meat in. You know, you don't want to throw it down your bag because that's where your squirrels have been. There's going to be hair in there and blood, and it's just nasty to carry around just meat just going all over your bag. So always make sure you got something to put them in. And the next thing I usually do is I always make sure and wear me some of these gloves. A lot of times I'm in the woods, you know, I get in there early, you know, I kill a couple squirrels. I don't want to pack them around all day. So what I do is I will put these gloves on before I clean them. So usually I clean them in the woods after I get a couple. And I always put these gloves on just to keep me from getting blood all over my hands because I don't want to clean that squirrel, get blood all over my hands, and have to hunt all day with my hands covered with blood all over my gun. It's just a big pain. With these, all the blood gets on them, I take them off, and I'm done. So the next thing, so now we're going to show you how to clean a squirrel.
And one thing is, you want to shoot a squirrel in the head. That makes it for an easy kill. There ain't blood all over it. Shoot it in the guts. You know, you got your guts hanging out, and this makes it hard to clean. Like this one right here, we shot a little back. And that's just going to take some meat. The gray squirrel ain't very big, so there ain't much meat here anyways. So you really want to shoot a gray squirrel right in the head. Here you go, Bert.
Thank you. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is when you clean a squirrel is cut the feet off. So a lot of times I come in here, I'm saving my blade, I'm using my bone breaker. I break it like that, come back, then you're able to cut it off just like this. You're done with that, you saved your blade. You know, just cutting through skin, you're going to be able to clean a lot of squirrels if your blade's just going through skin and meat. So you get that, the bone's broke, come in here, flip it off, you're done. Next thing, now a lot of people say to leave these back feet on, but I don't usually mess with it because once I cut the tail down, I get the meat. I don't want to be trying to cut these things off and getting hair all over my meat. So I go ahead and cut them off. You know, it ain't no big deal. You still got these to grab onto. You just come in here, break the bone like that. And these are a little bit new, so they're a little bit stiff. And you just cut them off just like that. You come in here, break the bone. You got that done. A lot of times you can kind of pull on them a little bit, it just gives it a little bit tighter and you cut it off. So right now you can just go ahead and put your game shears up, you're going to need them a little bit later. So the next thing, you're going to need your knife. And this is the only part of cleaning the squirrel that you should have to use a knife on. So you got your little knife here. You're going to come in here. And what I usually do first is I take this hair right in here and just pull it out of the way just so I can see what I'm doing better. You know, you can get a nice clean cut across there. Just pull a little bit of this hair back. You don't have to get it perfect. Just about like that. You got your hair back. You're going to come in here and I usually go at an angle. Come in here like this. I cut down. And then I kind of pull it just a little bit and I go right back at another angle, right down like that. And that usually gives, now sometimes I go down just a little bit farther like this. Just cut it just to make sure I get a nice pull through on it. Then you're going to take your knife. You're going to come in here and you're going to push down. You got to get through that bone. You get that bone and then you just peel this meat back just like that. Come in there just like that, pull it back. You get in there like this. Now the most important part of this is always make sure and kind of go down just a little bit Make sure there ain't no meat, no nothing attaching the tail with the meat, your leg meat, because you'll pull the tail off, and once you pull the tail off, you know, a lot of times you're just gonna have to throw the squirrel away. It's just a waste of time. So then you're done with your knife. Really, you don't need your knife for anything else. Put it in your pocket. You're done. You're gonna come in here. Usually, whatever you're wearing, a lot of everything pretty much has. So I usually take the heel of my boot, this thick part, and I put it right on that bone of that squirrel. And you're gonna take it, and you're gonna pull up, just like that. And you're gonna take your hand. You don't want to get hair all over this meat. You don't want to eat a bunch of hair. You're gonna come in there like that, and dust your hands off, and grab it just like this. Take this hand, dust them off. Like that, your all hair's blowing away. You ain't gonna have none on your meat. Pull these legs through. The next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna come down here, and usually there's just a little bit of skin. You might have to work it just a little bit. But you get underneath that skin, like that, and you just pull them off. Always keep your heel down on that thing. You pull that off. And you're gonna wipe your hands off again. Grab it right there. Come in with your other hand. You're going to come in here and cut this off.
Parker, you got your arm in front of the squirrel. I can't see anything but your arm. Go ahead, finish it up.
Where's my bag at? Alright. So next thing you're going to do is come in here and grab that. Now there ain't no bones here. You don't have to break no bones. You come right in here behind this shoulder right there and just cut it right off. Just like that. See, now you're starting, which this was a headshot, so you see you don't have any blood down there. If you would have shot this with a shotgun, you'd have guts leaking out and blood everywhere. You don't have that here. You just have a little bit of blood from the head. Come right back in here like that. The shoulder comes right off. And down here you do have a bone on these back, connecting these back legs. A lot of times, I mean, if you want to try to come in there like that, I guess, but it really ain't worth it. It's just these two bones on this squirrel. Just come in here, just cut them right off. Usually the scissors, this bone ain't very big anyway, so they go right through it like that. And you get a nice big back leg. Now a lot of times I kind of come in at an angle like this and cut like that. And you're done. But after that, if you want to get the back meat, and the back meat I think is some of the best meat, and you don't want to worry about getting these guts all over your hands, usually you come in here and just kind of trim it back just like this. Hold it back so the guts are laying that way. Don't come down here like this with all the guts coming out. You'll cut the guts. You get pee all over you and poop. And it's just, it ain't good. So you come in there like that. And you usually go down to about these ribs right here. I wouldn't go any farther than that. There ain't no more meat. Come right in there, right, and that's how you kind of know. You go right there at them things. See, if I would have tilled that up, then all that stuff would have been all over my hands. And then you're going to come in here and you're going to cut the butt out. Come in there like that. You trim that off, and you're going to have a little back meat. Now I go ahead and trim this off. I don't like this. It just comes right off like that. And this side didn't even have any this time. Then you got your nice little back meat. And that's how you properly clean a squirrel. I'm Parker.
And I'm Luke.
And we're the Greene County Outdoorsmen.